So there's something that I promised you a long time ago that I haven't been able to deliver until right now. Several weeks ago, probably more than that, we reviewed the latest Epic Encounter box, Hive of the Ghoulkin, and as you may know, every Epic Encounter release includes both a minion box and a boss box. They're perfectly playable on their own, but the story in the minion box will lead you naturally into the boss box if you want to play it. The boss box for this set is Barrow of the Corpse Crawler. Now, you may be wondering, what's the difference between a corpse crawler and a carrion crawler? Well, without getting too deep into the weeds here, there are a lot of D&D monsters that are included in the open gaming license, meaning that me or you or pretty much anyone can go make our own content using their names and their stat blocks without having to deal with Wizards of the Coast lawyers or pay them a licensing fee. For example, kobolds. They're mythological creatures. We can use them. But the open gaming license is how we get a lot of reference cards, how we get independent adventure books and plushies and art, all sorts of stuff. But there's a list of creatures that Wizards of the Coast considers their own intellectual property. Creatures like beholders and gith and mind flayers and umber hulks and carrion crawlers. So our corpse crawler here may take inspiration from the D&D carrion crawler, but it has a different name, a different stat block, and will be otherwise legally distinct from a carrion crawler. But if you have a fight coming up in your adventure with a carrion crawler, you can certainly slot this puppy in and retain a lot of the same flavor. So today, let's get our hands dirty in the Barrow of the Corpse Crawler. Before we jump in, our longtime sponsor Hit Point Press has something special for you this week. They've launched a new Kickstarter for a series of 4 jigsaw puzzles based on some gorgeous fantasy art. It's called Scroungecraft Series 1. Each puzzle is 1,000 pieces printed on black core 100% recycled paperboard and measures 24 inches square when completed. And each one includes a full-size poster of the art as well. You can choose Gaia in Bloom, Scorched Lotus, Twisted Maelstrom, or Walk of Ages. You can also get all 4 for a $20 discount. Check them out at gg.scroungecraft.com or use the link below the video so they'll know we sent you. Barrow of the Corpse Crawler includes a double-sided map, an adventure guidebook, 12 Ghoulkin Reaver tokens you can use if you don't have the minis from the minion box, and of course the Corpse Crawler mini itself. Let's take a look at the star of the show, the Corpse Crawler Mini. The Mini is 5 inches tall and comes on a 4-inch gargantuan-sized base. Now, your monster manual, Carrion Crawler, is a large-sized CR2 creature. Now, this is a boss box. CR2 isn't going to cut it. The included guidebook provides you 3 stat blocks for a gargantuan-sized corpse crawler at CR8, CR15, and CR21. You can use the one that best suits the level of play of your adventure. We'll talk about the corpse crawler lore in a minute, but let's talk about our new stat blocks first. All 3 stat blocks share pretty much the same abilities, but with different ACs and stats and attack bonuses, ability DCs, and damage numbers. They have Keen Smell, a spider climbability, light sensitivity, a 50-foot burrowing speed, blind sight, bite, and tentacle attacks, and those tentacle attacks can paralyze. Now, creatures like this can often be outsmarted by finding a way to keep them at bay where they can't hurt you. Well, the Corpse Crawler has an acid spit ranged attack, so good luck with that. And the CR21 variety also has legendary actions. Here is the included double-sided map. It's about 17 by 23 inches, as usual. It's pretty dark this time. As usual, each map features basically the same features and a different arrangement, and this time we get a tomb. This week, we also reviewed the Dwarf King's Crypt from Reaper, which would work great when you combine it with this set. You can see that video in the eye in the corner of your screen. The book gives you a lot of fun gameplay mechanics here for the various map features. First of all, the Barrow is not particularly stable, and the Corpse Crawler or the PCs can try to dislodge portions of it to bludgeon and bury each other. The sarcophagus can be a place of cover, but there's also a big cinematic moment involving the sarcophagus that we'll kind of hint about in a few minutes. The statue can be brought down on the creature, but the PCs can also scale it and use it as a launching off point to land on the back of the corpse crawler for a very cinematic moment. And the uneven ground in here can also cause some unpredictable trouble for the PCs. Now let's talk about the book. To me, the book is always the star of the Epic Encounter show. This book gives you lore, gives you story hooks to get your PCs into the adventure. It gives you tactics for the corpse crawler. It tells you about how it thinks, how it behaves, to make it seem like a real creature. It tells you a lot about how to use the terrain so the PCs feel like they're in a real place. And it gives you this well-written description so that you can evoke the location in the player's imagination. You get a flowchart layout of how the first few rounds of combat might go, again with great evocative descriptions and GM tips. And always my favorite part of these books is that you get extra special actions that the creatures can take outside of their stat block that will make the battle unpredictable, cinematic, and memorable for your players. I am not going to spoil these for you, but you do get 9 different abilities that you can sprinkle into your combat when they feel appropriate. As always, the Epic Encounter series are some of my favorite products in the TTRPG space. The minis are great, the maps are fantastic and reusable, and the books will make you a better game master. In this case, I think you can use the book to help inform not only your corpse crawler battles, but other worm-type creatures like the purple worm, the remorazes. Pick and choose abilities that make sense for your battles, or use the examples in this book to give you inspiration on making your own abilities for all the boss creatures that you run. Stat blocks, especially in the relatively simple ones that you get in D&D, can often feel pretty limiting. Learning how to make your own abilities utilizing the special terrain features that you find yourself in can make your encounters much more exciting. You can see our interview with Matt Hart, founder of Steamforged Games, from Gen Con there in the corner of your screen right now to get a scoop on what Epic Encounter sets we can expect next year. But our next 2 sets are Island of the Crab Archon and Cove of the Dragon Turtle. Barrow of the Corpse Crawler is available right now for between $35 and $45. There's also a bundle available with the Minion Box, Hive of the Ghoulkin, for $60. We'll put those links down below for you to check out. Let me know what you think of this one in the comment section down below, and don't forget to get yourself a puzzle at gg.scroungecraft.com. There is a limited supply here, and once they're gone, they're gone. You know, you deserve a good, beautiful puzzle. You can also come chat with us on Discord, and you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For now, though, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.